Hey everybody, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. And hello, musical score that wanted to start up as soon as I began to speak. So, we are out looking for Ruby. All we know is I think she has red hair. She is a truck driver. She's the leader of the Hardy Boys. But we also believe that she probably has our gun. She bought the gun from the pawn shop. So, what I think I want to do is kind of protect against that. In case we find her, and in case something goes down with the gun. Don't know if it will. Haven't been reading any spoilers. Been trying to stay away from spoilers. But just in case, I kind of want to see what can we do to put us in the best light for that. So I'm thinking hand-eye coordination. I'm thinking maybe perception, so we can know if she has her gun or our gun. Physical instrument, maybe if we have to, take her out physically. Let's go for pain threshold. I like pain threshold. I guess that'll take over our, that ups our, or that replaces the shirt. But pain threshold, I'll take it over physical instrument. What are our gloves? Half light? Let's put on the Fairweather gauntlets instead. Let's take reaction speed over logic. Take pain threshold over drama. We could put pain threshold over our jacket. But I like the hand-eye coordination, maybe. And what else? What did we not change? We didn't change the pants. Those have minus reaction speed. Let's take those off. We want reaction speed. I think. Maybe. I don't know. And we don't want -1 authority. Like, if we really want to, we'll put on maybe these empathize with her a little bit. So now we just need pants. Those are the minus reaction speed pants. These are minus savoir faire pants. And these are just regular old Kingdom of Consciousness pants. So just plain old pants. There we go, that's us. These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, not too loose. Moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party. I like regular normal things. Or, oops, it's a fashion faux pas. Discard the thought and the pants. No, I like regular normal things. I know you do. These interinsulary pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this, that's for sure. You're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you don't want to. Even if you didn't want to be. Makes sense, says composure. Makes sense. This is what wearing boring office trousers does to you. Yes, I know it does. Boring office trousers. Hello, little girl, do you know anyone named Ruby? I know that Ruby is supposed to be at the fishing shacks. But you know what? Can I just ask Kuno? The sea breeze carries more than salt. Meat, not rotten, not fresh, grilled. Okay, that was kind of stupid. Kuno, your name isn't Ruby, is it? Do you know a Ruby?
Trying to sneak.
Nope. Nope, okay. Just thought I'd have a check. Just in case, you know. Cindy the Skull. I've met some guys. They said they knew you?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Yeah. This guy, whose name I won't say, and fuck the world, send their best. I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners. They seem to hold you in high esteem. I think they're afraid of you. Maybe it's just skull solidarity. I made up the sending their best part, but I did talk to them. No, they do seem to hold you in pretty high esteem, Cindy. They'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place. Skulls are cool. Could I be a skull? Skulls are silly. What are you even trying to achieve? What are you trying to achieve, Cindy the Skull? She throws you a conspiratorial glance, then presses her fingers to her lips and squints up to the sky, as though straining to hear something in the distance. Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock, but in Martinez, no gunshot, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency. This place is a sepulcher. We'll paint it red. We'll bring the raucous. You bring the sirens. Right? That was interesting. We have... Our conceptualization is so low, we'll never make this check. Wild Pines rep? You sure? Whoa, where'd she go? Went to the village on the coast, officer. See you there, Joyce. That's different. You'll have to excuse any just banging you heard. My cat decided to leap from a great height again onto the desk. Etched into the wood, barely visible. Remember the rest is lost to time. Like, what is with these like weird little pop-ups that don't actually mean anything? Can we just get out here and go to the fishing village? Hey guys, I told Cindy about you. Pawn shop guy? Was there something I needed you for? I don't think so. But I do want to buy your, I do want to buy...
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with...
I want to buy your figurines if I can. Since I know her innocence likes figurines. Is there any other figurines I can buy? Nope, just the one. Okay. Well, I'll take this weird shirt since we have the money. The man from Hyemdall plus physical instrument plus 1 shivers. I'll take it. Welcome to Hyemdall, officer. Thank you. Alright, to the coast. Come on, Kim. I was going to say our outfit looks pretty normal, but actually, with these gloves, these gauntlets, no phasmids? No phasmids. Alright, we're looking for someone named Ruby. Is she in this little abandoned building here? Ruby, are you here? No? Ruby, are you in this little area here? Hiding from us? No? Okay. Didn't think so, but thought I would check. Just in case. There's our motor carriage. Here's a shack. Don't remember if that door was open before. Who's in here? No one. Yeah, we've been in here before. seems like a kind of a silly thing to have a whole loading zone there. What's in these barrels? Surely would have checked barrels before, right? Apparently not. Hey, washerwoman, do you know anyone named Ruby? Seen anyone named Ruby around here?
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast? Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately. Because she's blind, which you seem to have forgotten. Oh, because you're blind, right? Or, okay, but do you know who I'm talking about? This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here. She's being evasive. She knows something. There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help. Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other. Really? Even if the people we're telling on are bad people? You know something. We're here to help. This is like when that man locked himself in the woodshed. We just need to help her come out. I don't remember a thing about a man in a woodshed. This isn't about the Union, you know. You don't have to worry about retaliation. Yeah, this one. Ah, I should have known. This is yet another Union mess. I'm not afraid of them, you know. We're not in the habit of being afraid around here. I see. You know something, but you've decided not to tell us. Okay, we'll be back later if we find anything suspicious. You know something, but you just don't want to tell us. There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else? I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway. You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others, too. Alright, goodbye. Small children, have you seen anyone named Ruby? Kids, have you seen any bad people around? One of the twins looked up, his mouth slightly open. What bad people? I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is going to crack the case. I mean, it might have. Okay, drunks. Seen Ruby.
Tequila Sunset.
Yeah, Tequila Sunset is here. Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around anywhere? Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys. He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire. Okay, be seeing ya. You, Abigail. Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail. The drunk man looks at you with sad, swollen eyes. Hey, have you seen any women around here lately? Abigail? His voice perks up, then trails off into a string of random babbling. Abigail, where are you? Don't call. Slowly, his head nods off to the side, and he passes out, tongue dangling from his mouth. There was little chance he'd be a reliable witness anyway. Yeah, but I thought maybe mentioning a woman would somehow, you know, spark his memory.
The legend! He's back and thirsty.
I definitely...
I got smokes and piss and a little speed to spice things up.
I don't need any of that. I need, you to tell me about Ruby. But I was gonna look. Of course I was gonna look to see what those items you had to sale for sale would do. Lily, tell me about this Ruby.
The waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down, bastards.
Yep, simmer down, you bastard waves. Why does she care about the waves so much? What is it with you and those waves? What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living, so I asked them to accommodate me. Makes sense. I'm looking for someone. I'm looking for a suspect who might have stayed in this neighborhood. Okay, when did this person stay here? Very recently, over the past few days. She might have arrived on Friday. Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning. Really? Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again. Sorry I couldn't help you. Maybe I can help you find someone else. No, you really can't. Joyce. I know you've only been here like today, but
I'll just keep the cordially in the channel if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
she winds the mooring line around a
Hi,
post.
ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way.
Of course, jetty. I prefer a good jetty to appear any day. Jetty.
Something about the way she says it makes you want to sing. Jet. Wait, jetty jet.
Oh, jetty, oh, jetty. It's good to see you here, detectives. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now. So I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
That, and she's also keeping an eye on you. Have you been spying on us? No, let's not let her know that we know. How do you like it here?
How do I like it?
She cast her gaze toward the village, slush melting into the cylinder blocks. Construction work left half-finished 10 years ago. Water drips down eaves of eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. The smell of salt and dog shit in the
It's
background.
pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
Yeah, it is.
I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull gray metal rests in her scabbard, a sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
Yes, the RCM is here, Kim. Alright, politics time. Let's react. You're right to be scared. This is all your fault. You're in no danger. The working class have no idea what's happening to them. Try not to be scared. This is just how the real city looks. This place is doomed either way. No, just try not to be scared. Oh, I'm not frightened, officer. I'd never. Above you there forms a quilt of altocumulus clouds twisting into each other. The wind tugs and stretches them over the bay. Their clouds' shadow slides over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature drops slightly, but perceptibly. Did you know how they discovered this place? This island or this fishing village? I'm assuming you mean the island. No, the Insulatean Isola. Yeah, what is that exactly? I'm guessing you don't know then? No, I don't know how they discovered it. Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is about 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty. Oblivion, that's so me. 45% is around where I operate. Things are getting better though. Yeah, we're maybe half functioning. I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home, this island of matter, or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location? Tell me now. We have some time. Do we? I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you. Maybe there is something else I can assist you with while you're hot in pursuit. Well, I guess you're not going to, so goodbye. Keep it moving, look for a lady. Look in my room. Make sure she's not in there. Ruby? Ruby, are you in here? Is that a floorboard we can look under? Loose floorboard. As you look the floorboards, if you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched. Move it aside. The hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below. What's in here? Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though. Okay, let's search. You stick your hand and start combing through the sand. Dry. Not like outside. Fine dust, and then something hard wrapped in paper. Is it our gun? 9mm bullet. Small cylindrical object. You pull out a bullet. A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber. But that's not the same caliber that killed the guy, because that was like a 4.4 or something. This bullet isn't for a breech loader, like the murder weapon. It's not. The floorboard isn't interested. Maybe the washerwoman is? Yeah, we can't just ask a question to the floorboard. You have enough to confront her with. It's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded, ready to fight some cops. Well, I really don't want to say anything bad to the old lady, but... Ma'am, can you tell me about this bullet?
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack? God damn that girl. And she says it without anger. A long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure. A bullet? The lieutenant turns to you and gives you a little nod. Then turns to the washerwoman. You didn't put it there, did you? She did. Gone and hid things in there. She's usually a good tenant and not a stupid one either. You rented the room to her? The old woman sits in silence, her hands moving into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge. Slowly she speaks, bringing out a rag. Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear we welcome all kinds of people here. When was this? She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl? That's for the police to find out. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few. So you said she left on Monday, then? Yes, early, with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think. Her dogs or just the village's dogs? Is the room exactly as she left it? I cleaned it, like I always do. Was there anything else in there when you cleaned it? No. The truth, sire. What is she like, this Ruby? She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her. Did she talk to you much during her last stay? No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself. What do you mean? She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room. And, why do you think she left the bullet? How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun. Well, where did she go? I don't know. Further up the coast? She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on the door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north. It's a peninsula. She might be trapped. After a moment of silence, she says, "You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand, and you only just arrived." I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We're persistent. Further up the coast we go, but that place is huge. She's a needle in a haystack. Man, I was really hoping she'd be hiding in this village. Or are you sure she didn't go somewhere more pleasant and less wet? Well, further up the coast we go then. Are you sure you wouldn't rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater? Seems like a better idea to me. The felled electrical mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time. Okay. One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her. She's a good girl, whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in. Well, we'll be the judge of that. To the Feld building, huh? What are you? What are you? There's a slit in the concrete here. A sewer? The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth. Yell hello into the slit. Or, what's in there? Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer. Kim, any idea what's down there? No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here. Think we might find Ruby down there? We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revichal's sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now. Puts his glasses back on. In conclusion, she could be under any building, but not in there? I hope not. We could yell into the slit, but no, let's not. In case she's down there, we don't want to let her know that the police are right on top of her. And before we go up to see the old Feld building, not this way. That's the wrong direction. This way. Before we get a closer look at the Feld building, I want to check this trap while we're here. Maybe Ruby's eaten the locusts. A few locusts trudge along the wall of the trap. The rest are piled in a heap in the corner, dead. No phasmid anywhere. Well, that's too bad. Those poor locusts. Alright, Feld building, if that's your real name. It might not be. Sir, have you seen anyone around here?
Hello again.
I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen anyone suspicious around? No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here. So you haven't seen anyone around? No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway. I mean, you were here the other day. He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone. Okay. Well, the only thing I can really look at is the mural. Is there something else I can see? Slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says tomorrow is just a whisper away. Step closer. Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. Feld Electrical. How ironic. All those dark rooms. Feld Electrical. You only know them as a small company that makes ink cartridges. Looks like they used to be big. Well, we already knew that. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first. Why do I feel like I know this place? Indeed, somehow you knew it was here. I mean, we've been here. An urban ruin gutted by looters that once used to consume money and dispense warmth and light. You felt it before, when it rained in Martinez, and you felt the cold of the rain. The feeling persists. It has been in you ever since. Could Ruby be in there? In there? She could. Or she could be in that identical ruin over there. Or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe. Why single out this one building? Because we got a freaking high shivers chance. Listen to the wind. +3, found the empty trap. +3, heard Lena's true story. +1, reconstructed the execution. +2, established the nightclub. +2, discovered the anomaly. +3, death notification. +1, found the jacket. It's impossible 20, but we have so many things. Woo! Oh gosh, were we close to failing it? No, we needed a 20 and we got a 24. Even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead. No rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb. What was I even attempting to do here? Or, she could be anywhere. How do we find her? What was I even attempting to do here? Trying to talk to the wind? The city? Whatever you thought would happen did not, and now you're just standing there with your hands falling to your side. Is trying to talk to the city something you've done before? Is it your in your secret repertoire? That's weird wording. Is it in your secret repertoire? A trick for when you're out of ideas? I mean, we've talked to the wind in the city before, or at least it's talked to us. If she could be anywhere, how do we find her? How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay, she's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the geography at least. And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step 2. Task complete. Ask about Ruby. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way. Sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula. Ask the locals. Enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village. And if that fails, if we don't find her then, new task, look for Ruby on the coast. Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drains, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that. He looks behind him at the dark red box crumbling across the chasm. Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you. An adventure awaits. An adventure on the windswept urban coast. Well, let's listen to the wind again. Well, no, let's leave. We'll do what it wanted us to do. We'll check around the other places. There's the call box. I know we have to get up on the roof and get down that stairs. There's a barrel that apparently we hadn't checked before, which I find hard to believe. Got some money in it. There's just that trash can, which we've looked at before. Alright, we'll go ask the people in the church if they've seen anyone named Ruby. Oops, 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 oops.
Oh, hey man, it's good to see you.
So I can't ask you.
Yo man, what's on your mind?
I want to ask you, have you seen someone named Ruby?
Welcome back.
Have you seen a red-haired woman around? No. Just no? It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast. Teenagers skulking around, gang members looking for a hole in the Union's defenses, maybe Ruby too, but she wouldn't be able to tell from here. That's good. No neighbors to complain about the noise when you get the club going. Considering what we're trying to do here, it doesn't look like a good sign. No, that's a good sign. No noise complaints. Exactly. It's our chance to turn the grim desolation into an overwhelmingly fun dance party. Alright, that's enough for now. Measurehead, my dude.
DeLorean Church, the place to be! Make some noise, my church people!
Oh, my church people! Vibrations thump through your blue soul. The music sounds much better in the church. A hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Clain. Tangled in the branches, something bronze flutters in the wind. Well, it doesn't anymore because we have it. He stands on stage behind a table, nodding along to the music and waving his hands in the air. In front of him, the audio mixer, one reel spinning. The other reel deck is empty. Cables run hither and thither. On one side, you see an auxiliary line in with the number 4.5 written on it. That was a crazy sound we heard before, Egghead. Yeah, it was awesome and scary. Very hardcore. Too hardcore, in fact. I couldn't control it at all. What happened? It sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only thing left. Starts compressing itself and everything around it. Completely fills up the headspace. Extreme. Inside your chest, the heart beats still with the after effects of the sound. Imagine if you could harness that powder, making it pulse. Is there anything we can do about it? Ooh, I don't know. Maybe someone can do something with this. I imagine that is the sound the future could make. Sounds like a horrible future. Sounds like a future could be even more hardcore than I ever imagined. Yo! Okay, goodbye. Anything new we can check on this? Nope. Okay,
Yes, what is it?
Pale Unknown. Yeah, so that's godly. You have no chance of getting it. Have you seen anyone named suspicious? Say a woman named Ruby. What? No one's suspicious around here. She's not seen her. 'Tis true, sire. Alright. Can't say there's a, is there a crab man around here anywhere? No crab man? No crab man. Okay. Alright, so let's check a few extra places. And all is going to lead back to that Feld area, but whatever. What are you? We've been here before. Why am I looking at you now? Yellow moss on these stones. They're probably stolen from someone's garden. Well, you don't know that. What was it? Come on. Where is the... To your right, a white-bellied cormorant eyes you suspiciously. Really? Does it? Because I don't see it. I see a bird flying up there. And we can't go behind the church. Of course not. Can't go behind things in this game. Just like a interesting quirk of the engine. They don't want you to go behind something and get lost. I mean, we can go behind this, but we can't go behind that. Anything new about this? Impossible. Could this structure have been used to take the shot? From here to the whirling? Can't see how. The church is in the way. Thought so. See? We knew about this before even coming here. Anything? Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower. In the distance, you can hear the breakers roar. I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Fretor. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something in the whirling in rags. Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator? Maybe the assailant climbed the comms tower, took the shot there? What about the cigarette butts? Maybe the campfire was used by a perpetrator to warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is speckled with fires this time of year. Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out B double prime, was it? Well, maybe they climbed up into the comms tower. It's not possible to climb that ladder, and even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from. It does look extremely rickety. It wouldn't help much either. What about the cigarette butts? Those? A smoking assailant who favors Teomotrieri to Astra or Joran? Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is a common brand for old men. Well, let's just look at the water. There, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, blue from the distance in the air, you see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. A glowing light on the third floor of the Whirling in Rags. With binoculars, you could see a young woman's shape move behind the glass. Her limbs long and slender. Well, so this was not the place. Moving on. What about this trap? Anything in this trap? Any phasmids? Just dead and dying locusts. Beginning to think we're not going to find a phasmid. Beginning to think that they don't really exist. Alright, so the only other thing to check is that other ruin just to the southwest of the Feld building. Let's just keep jogging. Somehow Kim has made it out in front. He is leading the charge. He knows exactly where we're going. He's just a smart man, this Kim. Kitsuragi. Anything in this trap? Still can't see a phasmid anywhere. Alright, anything new on this mural? Nope. Behind this building, the other one, once filled with engineers and the designers of Feld Electric, now collapsed and dead before some rats. You feel drawn for some reason to the faded mural again. So I guess that means we've checked everything we needed to check. Oh, except we have some money. Take the money. And also there's a door. A door, a building, a hiding place. Could the instigator be inside? There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look at how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry them off have failed. Can I try to get in there? Kim, you think she's in there? The suspect? God, I hope not. I can't see a way in. Though many have tried. Could I try to get in? Level up! Not this time. The opposition is insurmountable. But I like the spirit. Have some points. It's lonely and cold without points. Alright, so we've checked everywhere now. And now we're back to Feld Electrical. A place we all knew we would end back up at. Yeah, that's proper grammar. Can we just go up the ladder? I see the ladder. The ladder exists. Let's just climb the ladder. Let's do another shivers check. Listen to the wind again. Suddenly, there's a sigh carry down the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of her in her breath, flowing through it. Where does it go? In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete stairway to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk, its winding tunnels a whisper away. What's happening? She's down there. Well, I knew that, Shivers. I think she's down there, below this building. Okay, why? The wind told me. We've looked everywhere else. Ever since I woke up, maybe even before, I've been getting these strange cold spells. Good, good, yes, cold spells. So basically your hangover is telling you she's down there. Yes, I can literally talk to my hangover, that's how bad it has gotten. The wind told me. Call it gut building. Feeling, we've looked everywhere else. The wind told me. So how do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of the building, and they're gone, basically. Finally, my time to shine. There's a ladder next to the sign. Perhaps we can climb them. Enter through the roof. Perhaps you can climb them. We're not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70. There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break it, if the ladder fails. Well, there's this. Oh, to break, so we can break this and climb through here. A rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. Some of the rungs are missing. Yeah, that doesn't look good at all. Assess the situation. The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and peeling rust as razor sharp. In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground? I mean, there is a bench you can step on. It doesn't look 3 meters off the ground. It's right there. It's what, 3 meters above ground and you're 180? 180 centimeters. Seems about right. Not to mention that the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder instead, what if you were to do something more subtle? What if you were to reconceptualize climbing the ladder? What if I don't climb? What if I just teleport? Teleportation is not a thing. Come on, Kim, where's your adventure spirit? Teleportation is a thing. Just needs a bit of concentration. Okay, let's say teleportation is a thing. Wouldn't you just need some kind of scientific apparatus to create a teleportation field? You can't just do it without an apparatus. What are they talking about? The kid behind you whispers. Teleportation, Michael. It's generally thought to be impossible. It won't hurt to try. We could teleport. But what about Kim? Kim would be left all by himself. Unless we can teleport him as well. Oh yes, it could hurt. A lot. 92% chance. Saw Tiago climbing and do it for Coach Physical. Teleport to the roof. All you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness enfolds you. You can feel the distance between the bench and the first rung of the ladder. All you need to do is to do it. Zoot, zap, pow, crinkle. It's like magic, and you feel yourself disappear. Your atoms fading out of existence. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Bam! You found yourself on the roof, having mastered the art of physical displacement. I did it, Kim. I teleported. Don't gloat. Just stand there like a Samaran master. You know, for the record, you didn't teleport there. You just climbed the ladder with your eyes closed. The wind at the top of the building starts howling loudly, blowing away the lieutenant's voice. Faintly, you hear, "Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside. Don't go adventuring without backup, especially if we think the suspect may be hiding there." We teleported. We don't care what he said. We teleported. The central support beam has been destroyed by artillery fire. Well, Kim, I hoped you could teleport with us. But instead, we're going in all alone. Stones fall. It's a long way down. You know what? New plan. Let's take out the ledger, because we want all the authority, but we want a flashlight. That is for sure. Sorry, Kim. I'm sorry I had to leave you, but it's time. The glass is covered with grime and dust. You can barely see out. Take a postcard of Martin Asen, 98. This collapse nearly sealed the basement. One can barely squeeze by. Antiquated office furniture. Last century, maybe? There's a door here with Kim on it. Okay, Kim, I'm here for you. Two rusty metal plates that slide apart form a crude door. It's been here under the boardwalk for a while. Who's there? Now let's just push the doors open. Let's just push the doors open. No sense in calling out. The doors seem to be on rails, but they've gotten jammed. You grab a side and put some strength into prying it open. With the help of your partner, the two metal panels slide open with a creak. Huh, I hope no one dangerous heard that. How'd you even get there? After you climbed up to the roof, you mean? There's a maintenance entrance under the boardwalk. It's next to a drain pipe, possibly a storm drain. It was easy to miss before. I saw it, but I just wanted to teleport. Could have saved me the effort. Maintenance entrance? So pedestrian. At least we know a quick way in and out. No, that's so pedestrian. Yes, it's cool to risk your life climbing rickety ladders. Anyway, let's investigate these passages. This overturned table is covered in orange mildew, crawling with something. Ugh. Orange mildew, orange moss. There's a bunch of orange things around here. Maybe it was yellow moss on the rocks outside. Old file folders in the cart. Documents silvery with mold. What's in the box? A interacellular suit jacket, +1 suggestion. A series of thick, dusty panes of glass. This isn't just glass. These are old computational components. These are computer components? Yes, filament memories. From the time when wires were cast in glass, slides with an inlaid nervous system. How do they do that? And why? The how was a closely guarded secret, something that was locked in safes and human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, Your fingers don't know. The why is easy, because they hadn't come up with modern silicone-based systems yet. For vitreous cast filament memories, though, these seem incredibly advanced. Hey Kim, look, old cybernetics. Lieutenant tilts his head, watching the light glimmer in the glass. So it is. I think these used to form a single system, slotted in the wall. So this is all that remains of failed R&D? The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean. Could this be part of the failed playback experiment? No, these are old filament memories. I hope you're not expecting to find that device here. You'll be disappointed. Well, we can hope. We'll try not to get too disappointed. In the beam of the flashlight, a crevice in the wall. Ooh. Get in here. That looks like us. That's a picture of us. It's not a picture of us. Stale fabric smell and dust. No one slept here in months. Maybe years. Take a revolutionary hat. Ooh, we get a new Shanka. +1 to Mazovian socioeconomics. Yes, comrade. These pots and plates are full of dust and spiderwebs. So I should have said, da, comrade. Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed, ancient flyers and brochures. Krasmazov portrait. A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There's a spiderweb in the lower left corner of the portrait. Krasmazov was an economist and a theoretical historian. Theoretical historian. It's an interesting title. He was leading figure in the Grad side of the turn-of-the-century revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism. Let's brush the dust off. Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample mustache and sideburns, looks a bit silly. Someone crouches, heels digging into the wet sand, hands sweeps across the sand, grains sticking to the frayed skin of the fingertips. An old man sits on the slab of concrete and taps his fingers against the glass of a scope. You shudder. Glass of a scope. A man that has a scoped weapon? Look, it's Krasmazov. What a troublemaker he was. Yes, look like some latter-day radicals are hiding out in here. They left a long time ago. Long time ago? How long? There's all these secret weapons caches and secret bunkers. Maybe I should move in here. Seems cozy. What's with all these secret weapons caches and bunkers? We've found a lot of those lately. I guess that what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers. A good hiding place for someone who's up to no good. Long time ago? How long? Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing. He looks around. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back there, but that's all been looted. Maybe I can move in here. I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case. Could someone have stopped in here recently? You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history. Okay. I don't know what that was about a man with a scope. Maybe not run. Well, you know, if she was going to hear us, she would have, actually, I didn't check this. What is this? Let's run. I said don't run, but let's run. I'm just looking at this little peephole. It's not going to tell me much. The same slit window you saw from outside. Okay. Could this have been the killer's hideout, and this narrow window the point of origin of the shot that killed the mercenary? This does look like an embrasure, a slit made for shooting out of. Outside the window, desolation. Snow falls softly on the coastal sand, where it melts almost instantly. On rooftops, it lingers. Could the killer have used this as a hideout? It's a great place to hide, and Mazovianism and murder are certainly not mutually exclusive, but there hasn't been anyone here in ages. Kim, I can't see the whirling in rags. The shot didn't come from here. Indeed, no one could get a clear view. At least we've been thorough. I like thorough. In fact, I think we're done with this bunker. After you, officer. Yes, after me. This episode's getting a little long, but can't stop now. Split. Fork in the path. Boot prints on the sand. One of the soles appears more worn than the other. Which way do the boots go? This way? Well, if they go that way, there's something in the air, an unnatural buzzing. What is that over there? The tunnel collapsed, so you'll have to find another way around. Okay, so I thought we could just crawl over, but sure. Keep an eye out for someone named Ruby. It's getting louder, the buzzing sound. There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell. Lieutenant, do you feel something? No, what do you mean? A pain? A strange tingling? A ghost? No, a pain? Nothing, it's just my mind playing tricks. No, you don't feel a pain? I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There are footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh. Hold on, you really don't feel anything? I saw them too, footprints with the right sole worn smooth. Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully. What do you mean? Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over. You will upset the balance of power in Martinez. The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize. This part of town is a fine clockwork puzzle. Disturb its peace, and it will start breaking down uncontrollably. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail. We've met the Union leader, but we haven't gotten any info from him. Maybe we should talk to him first. We've met Joyce, but we don't know what she knows yet. We should probably find out. I suddenly remembered we were running the serial number on the victim's armor. How bad do you think we could get? Yeah. We were running the serial number. Think we should finish running it now? Maybe you're right. It might not be as useful later. It's a minor point. Don't worry too much about it. There are bigger fish. Maybe we should talk to the Union leader? You're right. However corrupt he may be, nothing happens in Martinez without him knowing. We might have to dirty our hands, and we've met Joyce, but we don't know what she knows. Definitely. I think she knows something about the mercenaries, maybe, and she won't be around if the situation explodes. Or how bad do you think things could get, Kim? Well, we're not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground. If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done. What do you think is waiting for us there? I think it's a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We'll still have the element of surprise. I wouldn't be so sure you haven't exactly been sneaking. Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there's no turning back. You know what? No, I'm not talking to those other people. I'm not talking to Everard. He's a jerk. I'm not talking to Joyce because she doesn't want to tell us information. We're on this on our own. I don't care what happens to the Union, or Wild Pines for that matter. No, let's check these other things first. Take the money. Take the money. A concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. Take the polar anorak. +1 composure, +1 shivers. Something over here. Some art. And ruby. Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head at once, but her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
As she says the word officer, you feel a spike in the agony. It sounds like entire radio frequency range is screaming directly into your neural pathways. Cover your ears? No, buddy, that's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones. What's happening to me?
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
Well, can't we just run?
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pail more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pail. Literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pail. People lose their minds in just a few years.
I have no idea what you're talking about, lady.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you might be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
Again, I have no idea what you're talking about, lady. She likes telling you about the machine. Keep her talking. Look for an opportunity to break out. What's this goddamn pail anyway? How'd you get your hands on this thing? Will I stay like this forever? Have you experienced the compressor yourself? This is all great, but let's talk about the man who was killed. Please turn it off. I can't take it anymore. What's this goddamn pail anyway?
It's the end of the world.
The end of the world, huh? Well, how'd you get your hands on this?
I built it myself.
And she's proud of it too, as she ought to be. This is way beyond your abilities.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah, way beyond.
She studies her death ray and the law officials trapped in it. Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like walking out of a very confusing dream.
Okay, a lot of garbage that the pale latitude compressor feeds into our head. Have you experienced this yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. Seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
But this is all great and all, but can we just talk?
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not cubs, and of herself merely as prey. Well, can you just turn it down?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
If you're looking for a deal on mattresses, shh. Oh, Rosaline, oh, Rosaline.
Damn this.
God damn it.
She regards you and Kim with sudden sympathy.
Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
Yeah, my gun, I'm assuming. She steps reluctantly out of the shadows. The pain lessens. The gun she's carrying is a 2-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you keep her distracted for long enough, maybe. Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time. Good thing we got the pain threshold up. 83% chance. How did you know we were coming? I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while. By hiding bullets under floorboards? So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised. She didn't rat you out, by the way, Isabel, the washerwoman. Why hide the bullet, though? Preparing for a shootout? That's why you're hiding ammo? Why hide the bullet? This could have turned out pretty bad for me if you hadn't walked right into 25 bands of ultra-high frequency. That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit, so she wanted to shoot herself. If she had to. Did you shoot Lely? No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching. Though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first. You're right, Klasha was the first to share her suspicions. Or it was your girlfriend, she cracked. Did she? I don't remember, actually. Is it your girlfriend? I don't know if it was your girlfriend or not. We don't know the answer to that. No, Klasha was the first to share her suspicions. Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How'd you find me? Your first guess wasn't entirely off. Your own boys told us you were on the coast. Titus told me. Took some convincing. Ah, fuck. Took some convincing my ass. And those guys liked me. I know it. If this is what happens to people whom people like, how the fuck do the rest of you get by? Wait, wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal. I opened them up. I do it by asking questions. And I have some for you. Honestly, I don't know how I do it. I just stumbled in here. Can you please explain this shit to me? No, I'm the human can opener. I did, didn't I? And now you've come for me. But fuck them all the same. Well, I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you now. Like what? I already told you I didn't do it. A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself. Would you say that Lily was a likable person? I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types. You don't feel sympathy for mercs? It's hard work. Did you feel protective of the Union? Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pine sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here. You don't feel sympathy for them? Plenty of broken people don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do. Okay, do you have an alibi for when he was shot? Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon you. There were 10 minutes they couldn't account for. They did say you left to take a really long leak, 15 minutes. There was half an hour missing. You went out. I mean... I don't know how long it was. I don't remember this. There was 10 minutes? You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't have been enough time. Hold on. No one takes a 15-minute leak. Our investigation has shown that 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder. Well, now I'm curious. Please explain. Play pinball much? Look, there's a secret way from the first floor of the Whirling to the roof. No, let's play pinball much? No, not since I was 14 and hanging out in the only diner in Dardan. Haven't been to a low-risk, no-reward game since moving into the city. Why? There's some mysterious pinball machines in the pretty mysterious rooms in the Whirling. Never mind the pinball den. There's a secret way from the Whirling bar to the roof. Don't know it, but also she's evaluating your competence as a police officer. The shot couldn't have come from the roof. We would have all heard it downstairs. She has a point there. No one mentioned... Payne stops him from finishing the sentence. Do you have a gun? And? Where'd you get it? The gun store? What gun store? Trigger Happy Jacks? That doesn't sound like the name of a real store. What do you think? That I'm gonna squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal. See, it's a front loader. Do you have another gun somewhere? Sure don't. A breech loader? No. This is such a wipeout. I can't quite tell what kind of gun it is. A Notchway 80 front loader, 2-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing. That isn't it. Do you collect guns? Maybe old rifles? No, they're not practical. Break too often. And there's other evidence I want to talk to you about. Do you like to hang out on top of rooftops? Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Clasher's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna. Is that the only reason you hung out on the roof? View's pretty bomb, too. But you could say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah. Along with Klasha. So, what's so great about her antenna? It's very powerful. I use it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival. So, you're sure you didn't shoot the merc from the roof? Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I've said before, the shot had to have come from afar. Did you leave any flowers? No, gifts of flowers and candy aren't my style. There weren't just flowers. they were symbols of revolution. So now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around? Come on. But Quasho was mourning. I never did understand why. When someone dies, a hothouse's worth of flowers has to die too? Okay, so you didn't leave the Maybells. No, I did not. Who killed the merc if it wasn't you? How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio. Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez. Police radio? You've been following the case? Who hasn't? You know I can still see him there, in Klaus's room, laying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a long while. What happened Sunday night? Tell me your version. She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity. It's okay, we just want to, He struggles to finish the sentence. Alright, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Klasha comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves, so I grab a seat next to her. Wait, did she see him hi to you? Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party before. Klasha said you knew something was wrong immediately. No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah. You made it look like you'd been hanged. How'd you come up with a plan so quick? What? No, faking a lynching was her idea. Her idea? Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys. She lied to you about that too. Showerhead? Resourceful. That's bad that she'd be so calm. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed. You think she killed Lely herself? As I keep telling you, no. We didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing. But even if this is true, weren't you worried this lynching might lead to war? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going, she doesn't want to talk about it. But not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt. Fuck it. I'm not responsible for those people after what they did to me. If you didn't kill him, then why hide? I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent. So this is what she was scared to tell Titus. This cop. What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent? She looked at you quizzically. Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon. His human can opener. Damaged our health. We're going through health things pretty quickly. Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Fucking hell, and why me? You hear it through white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded. Who's everyone? How do you know this? Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with this goddamn death ray waiting for you? If she knows that too about you, she must know your real name. Tell me what's my name if you know me. You must know my name. Or fuck yeah, I'm a La Puta Madre agent. You better let me go, or I'm no one's agent. I don't even know who La Puta Madre is. Tell me my name. Harry Dubois. One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and his funny tie. Agent to La Puta Madre. I don't even know who you're talking about. Right, sure, you don't know. I'm sure I'm supposed to know, but I lost my memory recently. Could you tell me about it? I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain to you soon enough. What did you do to this Madre, anyway? You know what I did? I fucked him over. And now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus. Wait, one thing. Possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that the you plural? Or singular? She might know something. When I came into town, was there anyone with me? Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them, anyway? Who was in the squad? Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had two guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. Lady wasn't bad either. What else can you tell me? One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde, and the other had a brooding something or other about him. And the woman was the only one in the uniform. All were carrying. Sound about right? No idea who these people are, literally. Yeah, that was right. I was just testing you. They're right outside with guns. Or no, that doesn't ring any bells. No, let's not... We don't need her to know we don't remember. Yeah, they're right outside. I've faced worse. She hasn't. She hasn't gone up against 3 armed people before, and she believed you. Do you know anything about the bunker next door? What bunker? The communist hideout back there. Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp, but I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to... The voice trails off into white noise in your head. It feels like an aneurysm approaching. I'm running out of health points. Keep calm. Breathe in. After the pain recedes, it's a little clearer. %, chance. Go! Like, she doesn't see that. We did a 10. We got a 14. You did it. The compressor line's broken on the side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but... You're under arrest. See them fireworks, Kim? Glance back. No, don't glance back away from the lady who has a gun. You okay, Kim? No. We don't take our eyes off the woman with the gun. You're under arrest. She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles. Ah, fuck it. She puts the barrel of the gun into her mouth. Ah, we didn't get rhetoric. What are you doing? Convince her to put the gun down? We didn't know we might need rhetoric. Though, we could have imagined that we might have needed rhetoric. Ooh. What are you doing? No, don't give her a chance. Let's just instantly convince her to put the gun down. Did we fail? We failed. You should know the words to say. But you've been here yourself. So why isn't there anything coming to you? Why am I standing here like an idiot? Because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself, trying to answer the same question in vain. Her finger squeezes the trigger. But she doesn't deserve to die like this. I was drunk. I didn't mean it. I can't stop her. A smirk crosses her face as she watches you stand there mute. Then she exhales sharply, shakes her head, and pulls the trigger. He watches her brains trickle out through her neon hair. Oh God, what did we just do? She killed herself. I failed to talk her down. It's our fault. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. Okay, what do we do now? Oh God. Fuck. Lieutenant stands, motionless, watching the blood pool in the sand. What did we just do? Our job. It went really bad, and now we need to clean it up. She killed herself. I failed to talk her down. Lieutenant Yfritter Dubois, control your emotions. We did our job. This won't be the worst thing that happens in the case, believe me. Can't let this break you. We had a pain threshold failure. There is no coming back from this one. It will stay with you in nightmares. This is our fault. We're cops. Everything is our fault if we let it be. Okay. What do we do now? We clean up. It may take days for processing to pick up her body. We need to move it somewhere. Into that tent. This is the tent? Well, this seems like a good time as any to end the episode. That could have went worse. Could have went a lot better, though, as well. But, she's not the killer. Who's the killer? She had a point about no one being able to hear the gunshot. And she didn't have a gun that was a breech-loaded rifle. So we're back to square one about not knowing what's happening. But it's interesting. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you again next time.